Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM20 Build a Nation story, Climbing with Cliftonville with me, Daniel. It's part 46 today and we are back at the exact point the last episode finished. In fact, you can probably tell from my attire and the same hairstyle that I finished about a minute ago. So we are back to face Astana in a two-legged tie as we try to make it through to the playoff round of the Champions League. Of course, we will either then be in Champions League or Europa League group stages. If we lose this one, we could yet drop to the Europa Conference. But European group stage football assured again, and that's the main thing. So if you're looking forward to this episode, a big game against a side who we saw had a massive European reputation, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Astana, last season in knockout rounds of the Europa Conference, in Europa League group stages a couple of years back, they're going to be a tough side. But we're going to try and match them. If you want to stay up to date with this season, please do subscribe down below and turn on that notification bell for alerts of all new episodes, including FM21, which is just around the corner. But thank you for coming along as always. There's announcements about all the new stories over on Discord, Twitter and the community page here on YouTube. But we are cracking straight on with Astana of Cliftonville because this is a massive tie in our final season at the club. So you can see some of the other games here. Ironically, we are seeded. I don't think it's helped us. If we do get through to the final playoff round, we'll be playing the winner of Copenhagen v Levski Sofia. Copenhagen, obviously the favourites. Their key player, Pep Biel, is a brilliant Spanish player. They have got a really good side, actually. They've got some good players there. They've got Sweden's goalkeeper. Who else? They've got Joe Rothwell, the former Blackburn man. They've got Josip Dermich, the former Norwich striker. And they've got Biel, who we talked about, as well as another striker from Poland, who's a good international player. So if we get to that, we're definitely underdogs. But let's try and find our way through here. The first leg, we are slight underdogs. We're going away from home. Not many fans in Kazakhstan, but it is going to be a tough game nonetheless. Part of the reason is, as we mentioned in the last episode, for the first time, we've got players looking to move to bigger clubs. So Mark Lyons, Sean McLaughlin and Noah Daly all unhappy at the moment, just dragging the morale down. McLaughlin's vice-captain, he's a leader, he's a mentor, doesn't help. Craig Cathcart's on the bench, which I'm hoping will balance that out in the dressing room. And we're probably not quite as strong as last year and not quite as settled and as gelled together. The dressing room atmosphere is good, the managerial support exceptional, and the team cohesion not bad. But we've got a big game at the weekend against Ballymena as well. So we have to work around it. Which players are going to be fit, which ones are going to be able to step in, and have we got enough of a squad for both? But this is the team that we've gone for. Just Nico Williams struggling a bit physically. Surprise, surprise. Aside from that, we're as strong as we can be. I nearly put Josh Hare on the bench, but I don't want to do it. Wood can go right back if we need to. So the team for today is Gavin Bazunu in goal. All familiar so far. The returning Nathan Wood is at centre-half alongside Saul Shotton, who was basically frozen out at the end of last year and is now first choice again. We've got Mark Lyons, who's unhappy, and Nico Williams, who's injury-prone at right back. Tommy Doyle and Jake Kane continue in midfield. Harvey Elliott still on the right with McCarron on the left. McAllister on the bench for the first time today, though, with Connor Crawford and the goal-scoring Adam Idar up front. Falconer's on the bench. Lindley, Robertson, McLaughlin, Cathcart on the bench. We've got quality if we need it. So let's try and get into the game today. A massive one in the Champions League for us. It's Kazakhstan's Astana versus Northern Ireland's Cliftonville. How can we do? Let me know what you think will happen below. Well, a very empty stadium here that we've been greeted with. Might help us actually, the lack of atmosphere, as it's a 4-2-4 for us. A 4-2-1-3, which we see a lot in this sort of teams. We see two defensive midfielders just shoring up the back four and then three players allowed to run forward. What we've got to try and do is find the gaps out wide, which is where they're exposed. And we should have the team to do that. They've got the skipper and star striker up front. We looked at him already pre-match and in the last episode. And the rest of the team, bar the keeper, is pretty good. So that's where I'm worried today. We're going to encourage the lads to do their best. We're going to get through the tunnel interview. See, in the tunnel interview, they're saying, how are we going to motivate the players when we're heavy favourites? But we're underdogs for the match with the bookies. We've got a lower reputation, but we have got an early free kick as Doyle finds Idar, hits the crossbar. He was offside. But conflicting information there. I don't know what to make of it. Astana have got a corner up the other end, and they might make it look silly now, as they put an in-swinging corner in to the front post. And that star striker, Shabby, left with an unmarked header, which thankfully he puts over the bar. 6 minutes gone, 0-0 so far. Both sides had a chance from a set piece. What I would say with half an hour gone, as we look to defend a set piece here, is that we'll take a 0-0 away from home. We fancy ourselves at home against anyone. Even in the Champions League last year we did well. If we could nick an away goal though, we'd be delighted. As Boyle nicks it in midfield, Tommy Doyle, finds Connor Crawford to Harvey Elliott. Holds up well, great reverse ball, and Connor Crawford just over the bar. That's the sort of angle he scored from twice against Dundalk, but he couldn't quite repeat his heroics there. 10 minutes to the break though, it's 0-0 and no shots on target for either side. Very unlike us, but we'll take it. And there is the half-time whistle. The fans obviously knew what was going to happen. That's why they didn't turn up. We're going to say we're very pleased with the boys, but it's been a good performance. We've not looked under any threat at all. We've had one header that's gone just over, and aside from that, nothing. And we would have taken that at the start. Copenhagen are losing to Levski Sofia. I mean, we didn't even really have a look at them. We didn't give them enough respect. Let's go and look at their team. They've got Conor Randall, the English right back. He's their only real player, but he's a good one. 27 years of age, played for Rochdale, came through at Liverpool, and he looks a really solid pro. I wouldn't mind having him as our right back, actually. The one that had scored for them was Mladenov. So let me just see if I can find him, the left winger. It's not bad, but definitely not Copenhagen standard. I'll be expecting a comeback from them. Let's see what happens. An hour gone in our game. There has been a shot on target for each side. Not worthy of being seen on camera, apparently. But with 20 to go, we're going to make some changes. A nervy, poor-performing Liam McCarran, replaced by Kyle McAllister for his debut. Adam Idar's not been great. Calvin Faulkner will come on. We've got that quality now. And we're going to leave the last one 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to demand more. Just try and get those nerves out. Get a little bit of focus in. And we've got an outswinging corner with Nico Williams. Headed down by the striker Shabby. Not away though. And Crawford gets it back in. To the back post to Tommy Doyle. Cuts inside on his right, back to Nathan Wood, who was making his way back from the corner, and he finds Saul Shotton. Switches to Nico Williams, into Harvey Elliott, one-on-one. He's put it wide on his weaker foot. Probably had to do better there in truth. He's probably the best player. He's the one we look to for the spark. He got that late winner in the first qualifier, and he's not able to replicate it today. Nico Williams struggling. He will definitely be rested at the weekend, as Lyons picks it up at left back. Long over the top, Falcon has forced a mistake, but he can't get on the end of it and it's cleared downfield. Lyons again starts though, finds Kane. Tommy Doyle in the centre circle. Completely unmarked here. He goes alone and his shot's just wide from 25 yards. Still 0-0, but we're knocking at the door now. And Tommy Doyle's got a free kick right on the edge of the box. Oh, Saul Shotton off the line. I was about to say 1-0. I have no idea how that stayed out. We didn't have the best angle for it, but it looked a certain goal. And with 8 minutes to go, we will replace Tommy Doyle. Just a slight rest in there. And Finlay Robertson, a box-to-box midfielder. Let's see if we can nick one from somewhere. We're going to encourage the lads. Just 3 minutes left. And most of them fired up. But no reaction. It's going to be 0-0. And the home leg. Oh, I'd say that. It's a corner kick. Astana in. Just over the bar. We've survived it. But it will be 0-0. The home leg, it's all to play for. Levski Sofia lead Copenhagen 2-1 on aggregate. But they got that away goal. I wonder how the second legs are going to go. We've got Ballymena at the weekend. That's going to be the main focus for us. Making sure we get off to a good start in the league. Probably our squad, our rotated team, is where most of the changes come this summer. Which is unusual in this save. Normally that's been fairly settled. But this year it's not. So we're going to get through the post-match press conference. We're going to play Ballymena at the weekend. Armed with Stephen Fallon. We'll look out for other transfers as well. And we'll be back in a minute for the second leg against Astana, where hopefully I can bring you a bit more match action. And fingers crossed a win as well. See you there. We're back for the second leg, but that doesn't really tell half of the story. We have got a lot to reflect on from the weekend. First of all, of course, we played Ballymena United, so let's go and have a look at that. We drew 3-3, and it wasn't as easy as that either. Ballymena, probably the better side. We relied on an 89th minute equaliser from Tommy Doyle after Linley and Lavery had got us ahead just before the hour mark. 2 own goals, one from Connor Mitchell, who misjudged a free kick into the box, and one from Liam McCarran, which I probably can't explain if I tried. And then, just after we got the equaliser, we thought, great, look, we've nicked a point despite a poor performance. Tommy Doyle off the bench saved the day. We'll move on to midweek. Then Calvin Faulkner goes off injured, and he will be missing 3 or 4 weeks. So he's just gone through most of one, obviously, and he'll miss the next few league games as well. So it is not looking good at the moment. The squad's going to get tested, the players are getting tested, and the ones who aren't fit, who came into that squad there, they didn't look up to it. They didn't look match fit and they didn't look good together. So there's some worries to come with Glentoran, who have strengthened a lot over the summer. Carrick, normally a banker who had been promoted, and Warren Point in the Cup, the second tier side to come. I'm a little bit worried at the moment. So I think obviously we'll still win the league, I think, but it might be tighter this year. We might need to be careful. So Ballymena hold us. The bogey side are back. They strike again as we move into Season 5. And we are back to face Astana in the second leg of the Champions League third qualifier. 0-0 on the road, and we are back to solitude. We are able to play our Champions League games here again after the upgrade. Nearly 9,000 tickets sold as well. Fantastic to see. And we're back to the first 11. So it's exactly the same team that played the first leg a few moments ago. The bench slightly weaker. We've had to bring in Josh Hare. He's on the bench instead of Falconer, of course. And a couple of the others a little bit fitter, but not really much closer. Lyon still unhappy. McLaughlin out the squad and Daly both still unhappy as well. So let's just see what happens. The second leg is here. Can we get through? Let's go and find out. 4-3-3 for the visitors. A little bit more attacking away from home. Not two holding midfielders today. Maybe they feel an away goal to start is what they need. So we're going to be struggling. We've got the big target man to worry about as well. But we've got a strong team. So let's hope they'll be at their best and get into it. We've encouraged the lads. We're through the tunnel interview. And we've got the first half to come. Can we beat Astana and make it to the playoff? We'll keep an eye on the other games as well. Well, 25 minutes on the clock. It's been a bit dull so far, but we have got a free kick here with Tommy Doyle. Great delivery to the back post, which is headed away, and a chance to recycle possession with Nico Williams. Out to the right-hand side, down the line to Elliott, beats the fullback, crosses in, it's an own goal. Adam Idar was there, the defender had to do something, but what he did was put it in his own net. The keeper had no chance with a cute near-post finish, and an own goal makes it 1-0 to Cliftonville on the night and on aggregate. An away goal changes nothing though. It still means they go through. As it's into the back post, Nico Williams heads away. We really need a second before we can start getting excited. As they pick it up in the middle of Astana, nice football, and eventually spread it wide to the left. Chance to cross, but Nico Williams does well. Harvey Elliott gives it to Nathan Wood, and he starts again with Bazunu. Glad to have him back in goal. Connor Mitchell was awful at the weekend, and I cannot reiterate how much he was a poor backup goalkeeper. As Doyle picks it up. Chance to go right again. He's got an overlap. Nico Williams the man. Chance to cross to the back post to Idar. And it's 2-0. And I'm starting to think about the playoff now. What's the score in the other game? What is the score? I saw them score 1. It is 1-0. Joe Rothwell, the Englishman, got the goal. So it looks like it could be Copenhagen at the moment. Let's not get too excited yet though. 5 minutes to half time and Astana coming forward. 2-2, they go through on away goals. We cannot draw this game. It has to be a victory. And as Astana spread right, they've got a chance. Karabayev into the box. Wood heads away to Kane and it's flicked onto McCarron. Scored that awful own goal off the bench at the weekend. But he's trying to make a difference at the other end now. To the byline, cuts it back. Elliott's there, volleys over the bar. Probably should have finished that quite comfortably. But at half-time, we've got a chance. In fact, it's not the whistle. Doyle puts it in. The keeper's in no man's land. McCarron volleys over the bar. On target, it was a goal. And we've only had one shot on target, ironically. We lead 2-0 thanks to the own goal as well. But it's been a pretty poor performance in front of goal. 13 shots, just 3 on target once we reach the break. And in the other game, Copenhagen going through on away goals as it stands. So it looks like it's going to be difficult competition. But if we can get to the playoffs, you never know what can happen, as we saw last year. And with 5 minutes gone in the second, it is a goal kick for the Astana keeper. Long ball forward down his left wing. Nico Williams rises well though. Gets on the end of the second challenge. He can put his man in here. Connor Crawford one-on-one. Great slid finish. Connor Crawford so reliable in those one-on-ones. He is just the David Healy profile. He's the Northern Irish hero we want to have. And it is 3-0 to Cliftonville. I don't want to speak too soon or tempt fate, but surely that's job done. As Gamarov picks it up at left back. Deep entrenched in our half here, to be fair, as Williams wins it back though to Elliott. And that means the long ball's more effective, as Idar gets on the end of it. He's been dragged wide. Loses out to Bison, who scored that own goal to start this all off. Gamarov into midfield. Back to the left back again. And they're being forced backwards. It's brilliant pressing. Excellent work from our front four there. That's exactly what we want at home in Europe. And it's worked so well for us over the years. Long ball forward. Finds Chappie in the middle. It's done well there. Goes back into midfield. and Nico Williams heads away. Can Harvey Elliott produce some magic? Ironically, despite the 3 goals for us, not had his best night. Back inside to Doyle. Kane's on a booking. Oh my word. What a goal from Tommy Doyle. From miles out, postage stamp top left corner. The goalkeeper had no chance. 4-0 to Cliftonville. Harvey Elliott gets an assist thanks to that. But Tommy Doyle saved the day at the weekend, and he's the hero tonight again, as McCarron picks it up on the left from a poor goal kick. Idar's challenge, but he's still come out with possession, and he's reached the byline on the left wing. Crosses to the back post, Harvey Elliott puts it over. And it's still 4-0, but this is comfortable now. It's what we want to see. The Copenhagen game's still tight, as the ball's into the back post from a corner. Shotton down for Nathan Wood, back to Shotton. He's got a chance to go inside to Doyle. He would fancy his chances again, I'd have thought, but he doesn't shoot this time. It's forced backwards, just keeping possession. All the way to Jake Kane on halfway. What a switcher play that is. Harvey Elliott at the byline. Chance to cross in left-footed. To the back post it's away. And it will fall on the right wing for Astana. Chance to counter here. Good chasing back from McCarron. And he's managed to force them back. Really good defending. It's wide out to the left though. Mark Lyon's not able to defend it. It's come back inside to midfield. Ismailov 30 yards out. Inside to the midfielder. And it's a good effort curling from the left winger. But it's just wide of the post. 25 to go. And we still lead comfortably 4-0. McAllister coming on. He's going to replace McCarron on the left wing. Jake Kane's been booked. So Finley Robertson on for him. And we'll give it 5 more. And I'll just protect Nico Williams then. Because physically he's struggling a bit at the start of this season. He's had a brilliant game today. But we'll rest him for the last 17. Josh Hare on at right back. A European debut for him. And let's hope there's no glimmer of hope for Astana. And it is a corner kick for our visitors. In from the left-hand side. Header down, but Shotton intercepts. And Harvey Elliott can bring away. Surging down this left wing. Brilliant counter-attacking. And he's going to go all the way to the byline here. Cuts it across the box. Hare's there on his debut. Into the box. And it's just wide of the post. Great chance for Josh Hare. But it remains 4-0. But we have dominated this half. We've done really well. Although in terms of shots on target, this half has been 3-2. But we've scored a couple more goals and they haven't. And it's as simple as that. Clinical Edge does everything at this level. As it's long ball forward, straight through to Bazunu. And he'll be delighted to see him coming like that. He'd be expecting a bit of a bombardment here. But 3.5-star reputation Astana. European knockout football last year. And we're beating them comfortably as Idar hits the post. Great through ball from Tommy Doyle. He is becoming an absolute superstar in this team. And we've got a corner kick with Doyle again. Into Finley Robertson. Header straight at the keeper. It looks like Astana are limiting the damage now. Now Levski Sofia have scored a goal. Copenhagen have got a second. It's 2-1 on the night there. So that tie should be going to extra time. We're through comfortably. Let's wait and see who our opponents will be. Well, Levski Sofia got through on away goals. And I'm going to be honest with you here. Despite Connor Randall, I fancy our chances of reaching the group stages again. We've got the playoff against Levski to come. It's going to be a big tie. I wonder with the coefficient draw, would we possibly be third for the group stage pots? That's a lot to think about. We've got to get through first. Doyle's going to get praise. He was brilliant. The Warren Point game in the cup, that's been reorganised because we've got Levski Sofia. And that is, of course, the priority. Champions League football potentially coming back to Cliftonville again. The playoff game will, of course, be the next episode. Levski Sofia home and away. Hopefully a better league performance against Glentoran in the meantime. And we'll have a look at the transfer window and see if any more big signings are coming over to Northern Ireland. But if you did enjoy this episode, that convincing second leg win and a dodgy start to the season domestically, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I hope you're looking forward to this final season with the club. Levski Sofia will be the next ones around. Can we make the Champions League group stages? I hope you'll join me to find out. To stay up to date with everything on the channel, including daily content from FM21 just around the corner, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. There's links to all of the announcements over on the community page, on Discord and on Twitter, so come and join the fun in those ones. Links to all of that in the description below. But a big thanks for watching this one and your continued support of this Cliftonville story. And I hope to see you next time as we try to secure Champions League group stage football for the second time in a row.